Hey guys, it's Victoria from Tia and Tori, and this is gonna be my first pregnancy story. Not my first pregnancy story, my pregnancy story slash update, first update. If you haven't seen the previous video where I do announce that I am pregnant, please watch it. The link's gonna be in the description bar below, or you can just go through my videos, because there's not a lot. So yeah, so just start with my pregnancy story. So I believe that I conceived around May. And let me tell you this, ladies, Plan B does not always work, okay? Do not, people, I work at Walgreens and people take or purchase Plan Bs. I see the same faces. So I would remember they're taking them like back to back to back to back. Like, baby, you're gonna be at that Planned Parenthood if you keep taking it like that, because they don't always work. Literally, we did the do. I took the Plan B 5 minutes later because I had it. I was gonna take it already, and we just did it and all that. And I was like, "Well, I have this Plan B, so this, you know, being grown." And yeah, 5 minutes later, I took it, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm good." First sign, I didn't know that I could be pregnant, but my period, it's been irregular, but lately it's been pretty consistent. And it would normally come at the end of the month. So like May, it should have been like the 25th, 26th, 27th, around that time, but it didn't come. So I'm like, why would my period come? Goes into the next month. It's like June 3rd. My birthday was June 6th. Y'all, I had plans for my birthday. I thought I was about to turn up. Like, I was about to get so drunk. Even though I was turning 20, I was about to be lit, okay? But none of that happened. So yeah, I planned to be super lit, but around June 3rd or so, we were washing, and I was like, there was a dollar store by the washing house, and I'm like, babe, let's just go to the dollar store and like pick up some snacks and stuff while we're sitting here waiting for our clothes to wash. And I'm the type of person, like, even though me and T, we weren't using protection, like, what did I think? We was not using protection. So what did I think? I wasn't on birth control, nothing, but pull out method, hello. For 2 years, we were good. But I would always be like nervous, even though my period would be like, it was kind of irregular, so I wouldn't be sure if it was gonna come at the end of the month. So I would always constantly get dollar tests anyway. So I'm like, I'm just gonna pick up a dollar test. Like, I haven't came on my period. And he's just like, okay, whatever. Creepy. And my little brother was with me at the time, and I didn't want him to see me purchasing a dollar test. So I went in like the other lane that a guy had open, and I went over there and purchased the test. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna put the test in the car, and we're just finished washing. So we end up going to Terrence's aunt's house because she was moving from her house to apartment. So we were helping her move and everything, and I had to use the restroom. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take it. Like, I've taken tests in this restroom every single time, the dollar test, and they've always came out negative. I'm like, I'm good, I'm just gonna take it. So I ended up taking the test, and y'all, when those lines, it was 2 lines, it was so prominent. I started bawling. Like, I was not bawling because I was mad. I was bawling because I was scared, because I'm like, babe, these dollar tests have never came out positive, ever, ever, ever. I don't care how many times I've taken it, they've never came out positive. And Terrence, he was actually outside at the time that I took the test. So I'm there crying. My little brother, he's 13. He was by the door, and he's like, Tor, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. Like, go get Terrence. I'm like, go get Terrence. And he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, just go get him. Dang, like, you're all up in my business. So he goes and gets Terrence, and Terrence is like, what? I'm like, Terrence, come here. And Terrence's aunt and everyone had actually been in the living room because they were like cleaning out the living room. And my brother was standing by the door, by the bathroom, and Terrence had, like, it was a sliding door, so he had slid in. And I was like, babe, I'm pregnant. And he was like, let me see. And then he just looked at it, and he was just smiling like, what are you gonna do? I'm crying, like, what do you mean, what do I want to do? Like, and he was just so happy, and he's just like hugging me. And then he's just like, okay. And then I just like clean myself up, and I'm just like, I can't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe it. But prior, guys, to this, okay, so back like probably in May, around that time that I probably conceived, I would always go to Terrence's sister's house. She just had a baby. But now I think London is 6 to 7 months. I'm not too sure, but she just had a baby, and I would, like, before I never really like felt attached to her, but lately, like recently, like since I've been pregnant and prior, I would always beg Terrence, like, let's go to your sister's house. I want to see London. I want to see London. Like, and I would just hold her, and I just was so in love. And I'm like, oh my God, I want my own baby. But I never really meant it. Like, I would just say, like, I want my own baby. Like, I was so in love with her. Like, she was my baby. Like, I didn't need a baby right now. And what happened? Like, she would always cry with me, and I'm like, why doesn't she like me? Like, I come see her every day. Like, she should literally love me, and she just wouldn't come to me. And Terrence's sister was like, she probably senses that you're pregnant. I'm like, girl, anybody pregnant? Like, what? And she's just like, and yeah, she's like, she probably senses that you're pregnant. So I thought that was so weird once I found out. I'm like, oh my gosh, you probably knew. And then another incident, it was my little brother. He is 5 years old or 6 years old. He had a graduation. I wore this brown dress. I'm gonna try and insert pictures of what I wore. I wore this brown dress. You can't really see in the picture if I do insert it, but Terrence was like, your stomach looked like kind of like a little hump, and my mom was like, your butt looks super wide. And I have a pretty big butt, but she was just like, it looks so wide. And she was like, I should have known, but my mom didn't know. Like, she never asked me. And at the time, I probably more than likely would have denied it because I didn't know. And yeah, so Terrence was like, he was like, I peeped something, but I never like thought it. My mom was like, yeah, she kind of peeped something too. So yeah, that was pretty weird. And then I think, what was I saying prior to that? Oh, I forgot. But yeah, so then we found out, oh yeah, at his aunt's house, and we just finished helping her pack. We didn't act like anything was wrong. We just basically kept it to ourselves. And then we went to my job and picked up another test, a clear blue test. I actually have the clear blue test. I'll insert a picture when I found out. So I knew, like, I'm pregnant. Like, they never came out positive. I'm like, I know, because I was feeling, I wasn't feeling nothing. I could honestly say I didn't have any feelings. Like, yeah, I didn't know, like, not feelings, cravings. Like, I didn't feel different. So I don't know, I just knew I didn't come on my period. So we took the test, and we were just looking at it, and he's like, take both of them, because I took one and pregnant right away. Not no 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 seconds, 0.2 seconds. It was right away. So he's like, take another one. I'm like, no, like, it's good. And then he's just like, just take another one. So I took the other one. Both were positive. I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant. The next, like, I think 2 days after that, I went to the doctors with him, and they're like, yeah, you are 5 weeks pregnant. And I was like, 5 weeks? Girl, I downloaded all the baby apps. Like, I didn't have time to play. I needed to know what my baby's shape was. I think it was a little blueberry. Was it a blueberry? I don't know, but I had to make sure and check and make sure what I could eat, what I couldn't eat, everything that I needed to do and all that. So yeah, I downloaded all the apps. I was super excited, but I was so nervous because I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell my family. And I wasn't even 20 yet. I was 19 years old when I actually got pregnant, and then I turned 20 June 6th. So 3 days after that, my birthday came, and I didn't do cum squat. I just went out to eat, and I threw up. Like, it was terrible. No, I didn't throw up that night. I threw up Terrence's birthday. His birthday is June 20th. I threw up that night. But my birthday, I think, yeah, I went to pictures of me on my birthday because I looked so good. And yeah, so then after that, okay, so the first person I told was my best friend. She's supposed to be my best friend, but she don't even check on me, so I don't know where we stand right now. She might see this video. Hey girl, I mean, what can I say? I text her, she does not text me back, which isn't important. But anyways, I told her I had a video of me telling her, but I actually deleted it just because I was kind of upset that she didn't text me back. Like, you're supposed to be my best friend, you're supposed to check on me, you're supposed to be there for me, you know. But like, I just feel like I didn't have that support from her, which is completely fine. You know, people are living their lives, like, because I'll be living my life too, but as my best friend for basically like 6 years, I would think something different. But you know, it's all good, it's life. So she was the first person that I told. It was her twin sister, one of my other friends, and then her cousin and her girlfriend. So 5 people knew that I was pregnant right away, which was like a little tiny circle, which I wasn't too worried. I asked them not to tell anyone, so I haven't heard anything, so I'm pretty sure they haven't told anyone, which I do sincerely appreciate, because I didn't want my business out like that, because I wasn't super excited when I first found out. I was actually kind of like having doubts, like I'm like, I don't know, not abortion doubts, but just like, you know, like when people nowadays, that 2017, that are getting pregnant, you're like, dang, she's pregnant too, dang, her too, dang, everybody's out here getting pregnant. Like, I think about that when I see people are pregnant. I'm like, dang, especially if they already have a kid. I'm just like, damn, you pregnant again, girl? The first one didn't tell you slow down? Like, sheesh, you know, you don't really get to live your life. And I'm almost finished with college. I have like 2 more years, so I'm just like, you know, I had so much planned, but you know, life throws roadblocks at you, and you have nothing but to try and keep going. You know, you gotta keep going. So they found out. Then the next person we told was Terrence's aunt, and she, oh my god, y'all, me and Terrence were sitting in her room, and he's like, you gonna tell her? And he's like, Victoria has something to tell you. I'm like, no, I don't. And we just kept going back and forth for like 5 minutes, and he's like, Auntie Victoria has something to tell you. She's pregnant. And she's like, because we joke around like with my family and his family a lot, so literally every person, like even when I told my best friend and her like sisters and cousins and stuff, they're like, is this a prank? I'm like, no, I was bawling my eyes. Every person I told, I was bawling my eyes. Like when we told his aunt, she's like, you guys play too much. Like, you guys have to see his aunt. Like, she's the most hilarious woman I've ever met, but she's so hilarious in the way it's like she's mad, but she's just so funny. Oh my god, I love her so much. But yeah, so we were telling her, and she's just like, stop playing with me, why are you guys playing, is this a prank? And then I was like crying, like, no, it's not a prank, like it's serious. And I was just crying. And she's like, oh my god, congratulations, I'm so happy, your baby's gonna be so cute. And she's like, it's gonna be my tallest grandchild and all that. And because me and T are pretty tall. And yeah, she was so happy. And then she called his sister, the youngest sister. She called her and told her, and then she's like, Auntie, this is a prank. T and Tori are pranking you. I'm like, really? No, it's really true. And then she's like, no, I don't believe you guys. And then she hung up, and we had to call her back, like, no, it's true. And then she's like, oh my god, well, congratulations, I'm so happy. And then like everybody, their reaction was so great so far. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm kind of getting calmer, because I still got to tell my mama. So I believe it was that same night. I just really want to get it out, you guys, because I'm super anxious, and like when it comes to my mom and when stuff happens, I just kind of blurt it out to her, because I just want to get it over with. Like, I don't have time, y'all. So I just wanted to blurt it out and get it out to her. So she called me, and she's like, what did she ask me? Like, what are you doing? I don't know if she asked me to watch my little brother that night. I don't think so. I think she was coming over for something. And I'm like, Mom, come over, I need to talk to you and stuff. And she's like, okay. Was she dropping off my little brother? Because I knew she was going to leave. I don't know if she dropped him off or not. I can't remember. But yeah, so she was going to leave, and she had parked right here in the front. And I'm like, Terrence, I was getting out of the shower, and I'm like, babe, go tell my mom to come in the house. And he's like, are you sure you want to tell her right now? I'm like, I want to tell her. And then I'm like sitting there. I got out the shower, had my towel on, and I'm like, hey Mom, come in, I need to talk to you. She's like, about what, Victoria? It better not be about no baby. Like, what black parents' first line isn't that? It better not be about no baby. And I'm like, yes, Mom. And she just like, is this a prank? I'm like crying, no, it's not a prank. And she's like, oh my god, like she's just like, wait, is this a prank? Like, she just keeps asking, is this a prank, is this a prank? I'm like, no Mom, I'm pregnant. And she's just like, oh my god. Like, she probably had one tear, because my mom's reaction, she was just so loving, and like, I just really appreciate that, because you know, like, not a lot of people have that support, and I just really appreciated that, you know, that they respected me as I'm 20 years old now, you know, like, I'm not living at home. I haven't been living at home since I was 18. I'm doing my own thing, you know, I'm in school, I have a job, car, we're good on this half. Not good enough, we're not like rich, but we're good enough to finance us and our future child. So yeah, so she was just hugging me, and she was just like, I can't believe it. And she just like, oh my God, I gotta be a grandma. She's like, she about to call me grandma, Nana. Like, she just like, I gotta get all the tattoos and piercings now. I gotta get it all out the way. Like, my mom now, she really feels like she's having this baby. Like, she be acting like she pregnant sometimes. Like, I'm like, Mom, just chill. Like, let me write this out. And so, yeah, so she's really happy. She's super supportive. I told my aunt and my grandma, no, I told my other aunt, my mom's middle sister, and she was just like, oh my God, niece, like, you know, she's just like, my aunt, she's really like, informational. Like, she'll just tell me, like, you know, she's like, it's gonna be hard, but you and Terrence are gonna be great parents, and I know you're gonna be such a great mom. Like, she would always tell me, like, Tori, when you have kids, you're gonna be such a great mom. Like, she's super supportive. Like, my entire family is so supportive. His entire family is supportive, and I'm just so blessed that we have that. And then when my mom told my grandma and my dad, y'all, my dad is not even in my life, so I don't understand why he needed to know, but my mama felt like he needed to know, so she told him, and I mean, okay, whatever, do what you gotta do. So my mom told my grandma came to my aunt's house, my mom's middle sister, and she's like, you know, I know. And I'm just looking at my grandma like, you know, I know you know what, because my grandma's like a second mom to me. So I'm like, you know, I know you know what. And she's like, you pregnant? I'm like, and how do you feel? And she's like, I'm happy. She's like, y'all got jobs, I ain't gotta take care of no kids. And like, she's just happy. Like, she just really was nonchalant about it, like, not too like mad, you know, because all my mom and her sisters had kids young, and you know, at least I'm 20 and I'm in college, and they wasn't really doing none of that at 20. So my grandma was pretty happy. And y'all, let me tell you how my mom told my dad. She gonna text my dad on Facebook, because my dad lives probably 2 hours away, well, an hour away. He lives in Victorville, and I live in another area. And she texted him on Facebook like, well, you couldn't be a dad your daughter's entire life, but are you ready to be a grandpa? I'm like, why did you feel the need to tell him, Mom? Like, she's just like, cause he needs to know, and like, you know, he needs to help out, which I don't really need his help, but I mean, if she felt the need that she wanted to tell him, then I mean, hey, that's that's between them. So for the week of my birthday, he did end up coming out here. We were supposed to go to lunch, but I had class. I didn't end up going. Me and Terrence ended up actually going out to dinner. And my dad, he's so like, he's married to this lady that has been in my life since I was 6. I'm 20 now, so she's been with my dad for years. They're married, and they have 2 beautiful daughters, my 2 little stepsisters. My 2 little sisters, they ain't steps, they're my 2 little sisters. I love them so much, but I don't see them. And my dad, he's always had like this really weird connection with me when she's around, and I really peeped that when they came. I'm trying to, hopefully it didn't get too dark. When they came for my birthday, it was just like weird vibes. So I was just like, I really don't really care if he's in my child's life or not. It's not that deep. It's not gonna hurt me, make or break me. So yeah, those are pretty much all the people that I needed to know. And now I'll give you guys some information about the baby. So right now I am currently 10 weeks and 2 days. I have my first ultrasound tomorrow, where I'm gonna see the baby's size. I don't know if I'm gonna see the heartbeat and all that, but I know I'm definitely gonna see the baby finally. They have scheduled us for appointments. I was supposed to have an ultrasound twice, but both times that I went to the clinic that I go to, the OBGYN part was closed. So I'm like, well, why did you guys schedule me? And they're like, oh, they didn't know they were gonna be closed. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So Terrence was like, oh, she needs an appointment, the next appointment. Like, he was so adamant, because he's just so happy. Like, he said he's so great. And I've always known, like, when you date a guy, you should look at him as if he was gonna be your baby's father. And I've only dated Terrence, I've only been with Terrence my entire life, like, only boyfriend. And I mean, I feel like he's gonna be such a great dad. Like, he's so sweet to me. Like, when I'm thrown up, like, he be laughing at me, girl. Why one time he was recording me, like, cause I was throwing up so much, and he's like, that's what you get, shouldn't have been. It was all soda. Like, he's like, you shouldn't be drinking soda. I'm like, well, soda tastes good. And I'm trying not to make this video so long. I know it's gonna be super long, but if you guys really are interested in my pregnancy story, I mean, listen, right? Yeah, so I have been throwing up a lot. Like I'm 10 weeks now, but I kind of got my morning sickness around 7 to 9 weeks. I was pretty sick. I would literally throw up every single thing that I ate, and I just hated it so much. I couldn't hold down anything. I went into work one day, threw up, and then I had to go home. So it was like so bad. But yeah, but now I'm kind of pretty much, I'm okay, but I do have really bad stomach aches. Like I kind of still have nausea. I take these pills that are called Decleges, I think they're called. They're nausea morning sickness pills. They're pretty expensive, but yeah, I've been taking just one of those at night or in the morning, even though that's not how you take it, but that's just how I feel like best. Like I feel okay when I take it like that. So yeah, I haven't been really craving anything. Oh my god, you guys, when I used to go to work, I would always buy M&Ms and a Kit Kat. Those were my go-to snacks, like on my breaks. I have no cravings for ice cream, no cravings for candy. That's why I really feel like I'm having a boy. But Terrence, oh my god, he already has our daughter's name picked out. He calls the baby by our daughter's name, which I'm not gonna say yet, but yeah, so he's just like, we're having a girl, and I hope she look like me. I hope my baby look like me, a little chocolate baby, little chocolate. But yeah, so he definitely thinks we're having a girl, and I think we're having a boy. So that's why we're having 2 events. We're gonna have a gender reveal, and we're gonna have a baby shower. So since it's so diverse, like he thinks we're having a girl and I think I'm having a boy, so I really feel like it's gonna be such a fun event. And even though I don't have any friends, I'm gonna have my entire family there supporting me. It's gonna be amazing, you guys. So yeah, and everything else so far is pretty good. Like I don't really have a taste for seafood, but yeah, I pretty much eat everything else. I just not like hot Cheetos, just like not chips and stuff like that. Like I just don't have a craving for. Yeah, but that's gonna be in my next pregnancy update. I'll probably do one when I am 14 weeks, so that I can basically like gather everything that I know is going on inside of me. So yeah, but other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.